It was unsettling, and my mind raced with questions. What other damage had been done? How did they get this information? Were my kids and family impacted? Was I still at risk, or could something like this, or worse, happen again? I couldn't relax until I figured out how the breach had occurred, and how to prevent something like it from ever happening again. But there was no simple way for me to dig in and find out what happened, and there definitely wasn't an easy solution to my problem. In fact, my search generated many more questions than answers. The market was saturated with dozens of products designed to address only certain parts of the problem. There was antivirus software, ransomware prevention, credit monitoring, transaction monitoring, Wi-Fi security, password managers, and dark web scanning, to name just a few. A lot of companies offered a lot of solutions, but I had no clue which ones were best or even which ones I needed. And even if I decided to cobble together all of these resources, it would cost me a couple $100 a month and still wouldn't give me everything I needed, because the resources weren't personalized. Most of these solutions were not easy to use. They were one-size-fits-all solutions that didn't consider the details of my online life, which left lots of room for things to slip in through the cracks. What was most noticeable was that these solutions would sound alarm bells to notify me when my information was stolen again, but they didn't actually prevent my information from being stolen in the first place. They didn't address my bigger concern, protecting my family. The whole process of looking for the right solution to remedy the damage done when I was hacked proved to be a complex, expensive, and frustrating headache, and I couldn't have been the only one who felt that way. This problem wasn't going away, so somebody needed to solve it. As an engineer and entrepreneur who had already built successful startups, I saw an opportunity to do just that. By marrying my ability to solve massive problems with cutting-edge technology, I could make this journey much easier for families. I refused to believe that there wasn't a solution to the problem of digital safety. People shouldn't have to experience what I did. I became determined to fill the gap in the market by using technology to create a service that would allow everyone to live freely and safely online. That was the birth of Aura. But this book doesn't tell my story, and it's not a sales pitch. Any service I write about in this book could easily be outdated by the time the book is published. The point of this book is to lay the groundwork so you can better understand how to protect yourself and your family online, to put you in control. When I set out on this journey, I first needed to understand how the problem of digital safety evolved, and that's the focus of Part 1. I explain how cybercrime works and how the types of scams you can fall victim to are only increasing as we live more and more online. Everything is available at our fingertips today, but that convenience requires us to share more of our personal information than ever before. That data is extremely valuable, so if you aren't careful and don't know how to protect your information, you're not only putting your money and credit at risk, but also your reputation, peace of mind, and your family's safety. At Aura, we are committed to making intelligent safety accessible to all. Intelligent safety describes the predictive, proactive, personalized protection that empowers families to confidently navigate their increasingly complex digital lives. It's an easy-to-use digital guardian that won't force you to compromise any of the modern conveniences you've grown used to. But at its heart is AI that anticipates threats before they happen, instantly blocking a malicious link found in a text message, turning on Wi-Fi protection when using public Wi-Fi, or automatically changing passwords that it finds on the dark web. It continually learns and adapts to each individual to better understand how that user might be at risk, so it can personalize protection. This vision to create a safer internet is the focus of Part 2. It's about how we can use technology to create protection that is more than the sum of its parts. Technology that moves us beyond reactive alarms that only alert you when a problem arises, but instead automates the steps to provide proactive, preventative protection. Intelligent safety is most effective because it considers and personalizes protections for the actions of each individual. It does not only apply one-size-fits-all security to your devices. Knowledge and awareness are half of the battle, and there are preventative protections you can implement today. I lay out those tools and best practices and actions you can take, whether safeguarding your devices,